Perfect.
Welcome to the Mizell Show.
An inspiration for a new generation.
Hi, I'm Alanna Mizell, a loving mother of two, a devoted wife to Stephen, and an entrepreneur helping women realize their dreams and potential.
And I'm Stephen Mizell, caring father of two, a devoted husband to Alanna, and a driving force to help young men prepare for life after college football.
And if that wasn't enough, we're a biracial couple.
She was raised in the North, but I was raised in the South.
The only thing normal about our lives. Who am I kidding? It's never normal around here. Join us for the Mizell Show.
Right now. Hello, my name is Stephen Mizell, and this is my wife, Alanna.
Yeah, this is the Mizell Show. If you didn't remember, we even had a Mizell Show.
We do have a Mizell Show. We took a holiday.
We took a something.
Was it sabbatical? Yes, we took a sabbatical from our podcast to rejuvenate who we are and become zen.
But what really had happened was,
I'm interested to see what happened.
Well, at the last time we recorded, which is the end of April, we were about to move across the country.
We were to move to Connecticut. We were considering Simsbury, Connecticut, Hartford,
not only
Glastonbury,
West Hartford. Not like kids were pulled out of school, like withdrawn from school. We had a real trip there. Like, y'all, we were moving to Connecticut.
We went to spring break. No, was it spring break we went there?
Yeah.
Brought the kids.
Yeah.
We saw houses.
The nines.
We saw everything.
Like, we were moving.
Yeah.
And then the last week of school hit, and for a myriad of reasons, we just couldn't do it. And so...
Well, I think we got time. What people say, I got time today?
Oh, we have time today?
We have time today. So, I think people just want to know how the Mizells are doing. So, what happened? Why did we stay in Memphis?
So many reasons. From the top, sorry, I'm just like, wow, so much has happened in 4 months that no wonder why we haven't done a podcast.
Yeah.
It's just been a lot.
It's like a 4-parter almost.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
The Return to Mizells Part 1.
No. One of the big things was that my grandfather passed away, and I was not very close to him, so it was May. Early May,
late April when we first got the news, and your mom was
when he passed away, and it hit me like a ton of bricks because we were moving the kids away from their grandparents for a number of reasons about New England that I truly miss to my core, but I could not take them away from the relationship that they would gain with their grandparents. After my grandfather passed away, it just really hit me.
And I think it really wrecked you when we were sitting on the couch or somewhere, and Briggs is a 6-year-old, and he just says things. And he just came to Alanna and said, well, what was he like? And you were like, well, and he just started questioning you about him.
Yeah.
And you really couldn't answer. And Briggs was baffled.
And I knew enough.
Yeah.
But I didn't know him. And he certainly didn't know me. And now he was at our wedding. Mm-hmm. My wedding. It was at our wedding.
Your wedding.
And
it was your show. I'm here.
Stop. At our wedding, and he had never met Adele.
No.
He had never met Briggs.
No.
I hadn't seen him since our wedding.
Yes.
Oh my God, that makes me feel like a terrible person. But we lived far away from each other.
Yeah.
Far away from each other. And, we still did the birthday card thing back and forth.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't one of those relationships that I had. And so I was much closer to his mom, who is my gram.
Yes.
She was my person.
Yeah.
That's who used to live with us growing up. And that just really hit, I think, both of us.
Yeah, I think it hit both of us. It was a big thing because Briggs and Adele, we have been blessed to have both sets of grandparents in Memphis, and they don't know anything different. And so for us to think about that and want to change that, we knew and we were preparing ourselves to feel that.
And preparing them.
But as it got closer, and then I always feel that, people say what you want, but people sometimes don't believe in divine intervention. They don't believe in moments of closure or thoughts. And so me and Alanna had continuously going back and forth about moving and not moving, to the point where we are like secretly writing percentages on Post-its and opening them up.
But that was all in 1 week.
It was all in 1 week. All in 1 week, yes.
You were like continuously. There was no continuously. Like
No.
we were moving from the point that we said that we were.
Yes.
Up until 2 weeks until school got out.
Yes. Yeah, it's
and
true.
And then the week before school got out, there was a couple of things. There were 2 houses that we thought that we would really love, and it just wasn't fitting. And it was getting really close to the wire of making sure we had a house to go to up there. And it just was not, everything had seemed so streamlined and easy until then.
Yes. And we had been looking at houses and had a realtor up there months. She was going to see them. We were doing FaceTimes.
Yep.
And everything was kind of like, oh, no, I don't know. And we're still like, okay, we will find some. And then 2, on paper, golden ticket houses came in our ideal areas, a ideal price point, what we thought.
At the same week.
At the same week.
And both of them were not it.
Both were not it.
And then on top of that, that Friday we went to a basketball thing
showcase.
for Adele. And there was a woman sitting near us that she had the most precious little baby. And I typically don't chat. Like, unless I know you, I'm not going to sit there and just be like, hey, like, love to get to know you. Like, I'm not going to talk to somebody on an airplane like Steven does.
Yeah.
I that's just not me. That's Steven. And so she had the most adorable baby. And for some reason, I talked to her. Not for some reason. It was divine intervention, 100%. So
we just started talking. Yes.
Come to find out, she previously lived in Massachusetts. Now, closer to the coast, but still. So she has this beautiful Black family and had, during COVID, moved to, where was it?
Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Mount Juliet, Tennessee.
Yes.
And she was very kind about it and was just kind of telling us about her story, not knowing we were moving to Connecticut. So then I tell her, and she was like, well, tell me why. And so we were talking to her about a couple different reasons. And she said, just remember, whatever you're looking to get away from, you will find no matter where you are.
Ooh.
And I was like, okay, what? No, ma'am. That's not what I needed you to say. So that just really kept stirring. And just before we had gone to the basketball showcase, Steven and I we were writing on paper, what percentage do you still feel like we should move to Connecticut? And we were at like 70% at that point.
Yeah.
Then we came back from that and we did it again, and it was not 70%.
No, 70%.
And we were within like points of each other. Steven would do like 0.5. And I'm like, can we round up or down? Dude?
Yes.
And so we were within points of each other. And so then we took that Sunday. So that was on Friday. Then we took that Sunday and just wrote down.
Went to our favorite spot.
Went to one of our favorite spots in East Memphis and wrote down what would make our life more fruitful here in Memphis. And to commit to actually building a life here. Because really, once Steven started with football back in 2019, we've been kind of 1 foot in Memphis, 1 foot not in Memphis to protect our hearts.
Yeah.
And because I don't do good with goodbyes. And so I just like disassociate. So essentially we've been disassociating for nearly 5 years.
Yeah.
Whoopsie. And so that was a big part of it, was like, now how do we reacclimate ourselves, our kids, into this environment and really put in, 2 feet in, 100% into this environment. And that we needed to set goals for ourselves. Not only with that, but okay, now that we're not moving across the country, and one of the reasons we would move is access to different cultural things. Okay, now we're not going to get that. So how do we create that environment for our kids and still give that to them without moving? And so we needed to create some tangible goals relating to that.
Yeah.
And that's what we did that Sunday. And we left our little spot after about 2 hours, really both believing God was saying, no, you're not supposed to move. Which was, my stomach was turning.
Everybody's stomach was, our stomach was
everything,
turning.
Everything.
All the things, we were very unsure and very...
And so the first call we made wasn't to either one of our parents. It was actually to the president of the kids' school to make sure that there was still space.
Yes.
And he, of course, he's the sweetest human. He was elated and just so thrilled. and there was one spot left.
One spot in Adele's class and 3 spots in Briggs's class. Yes.
So then we went in, we brought the kids home, we went and got special dinner, and we told them that we weren't moving.
Unbeknownst to Alanna,
everybody cheered. And I was like, was nobody going to tell me you didn't want to move? Sweet Adele, our oldest, says, well, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Excuse me?
Yeah.
Moving across the country is warranted of hurting my feelings.
Exactly.
And like, let's talk about this. So that was the end of May. So between the last time we recorded and when that happened, there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Our plan was to move July 4th, and really we just took the summer to like get our bearings that we weren't moving.
Yeah.
Because we had planned to move since November.
November?
October, November.
Yeah, we had planned on it. And so this summer we really took time to gain our bearings in terms of took some trips. We had some really good family time, had some camps they went to, but we really were intentional about the time with them, and it was welcomed. I also, during this time, since we had decided to move, I decided to retire my real estate license because we were moving. And so, as many of you know, that I have done real estate part-time for a very long time. But I retired my license.
Yeah, but how long?
I've been a real estate agent since 2012.
Can you believe that?
I can't believe that. But I can, but I can't.
13 years.
13 years. And so in
Woo!
doing
13
that...
years this October. September.
Yeah, September. And so in doing that, I retired my license. We were like, hey, if we're going to stay and we're now going to plant some roots in Memphis, let us, unretire your license. So forged ahead with those, knocked out those classes. It's a little bit more than I thought I had to do, but I did it. And in doing that, we were trying to figure out what would be the best fit for us in terms of real estate. And finding the right partner. So we ended up...
Like who you wanted to put your license
who would I want to hang my license with? Because as a real estate agent, you have to hang your license somewhere.
With a broker.
With a broker.
Because Steven's not a broker. He's an affiliate.
I'm an affiliate broker. So I'm not a broker. And so I ended up hanging my license with Reed Realtors.
Yes.
And it has been an amazing experience.
They are a boutique real estate firm here in Memphis. And they're about Memphis, they're for Memphis, and it really was aligning with what we had talked about that Sunday when we had decided to stay here.
And the thing about that group, the head broker there is Michael Jacquise, and the co-broker is Melvin Guy. I knew them from afar, and they, Michael's wife was actually sorority sisters with Alanna, but we have never hung out. We've seen each other from afar, but they have kids, we have kids, everybody's busy, but it took 2 text messages. Hey, I got my license. I'm looking for a new home. And they were like, yes, let's set up an interview. And it was so it felt right. It just felt natural.
Yeah. Since we decided to stay in Memphis, the stars have been aligning, to say the least, except for our house search.
She has an awesome real estate agent, just can't find a house for her.
It's a weird market. It's a weird market in Memphis. And we just can't find a house. But we're also not rushing because we live in a house that's a rental. So we don't have to rush. So I'm not about to drop
whatever you want to drop.
All the monies. On something that's not it.
And then, when you're looking at planting, you want to ensure what you're going to is something that you really want to invest in and dive into. And so hung my license with Reed Realtors. It's been a tremendous experience. And I've really enjoyed that brokerage. So if you have any questions about looking for houses, you now can reach out to them and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're so great. I really like them. And one of my favorite things about them is not only what they give back to their city, but what they give back to their clients. And just this posture of gratitude.
Yes.
Full circle.
Yes. And one thing that I say, I've now been with 2 different brokerages, and every brokerage...
This is the third.
Every other brokerage has its own thing. Yep. But I would say this one feels right. We have a group text message thread that they talk to every single day, from tips and tricks, how are things going, just the level of support you don't see, and the level of compassion that's there. So again, you know, I am glad to be hanging my license there. I have a very picky client right now that I'm trying to find a house for.
That's me.
That's Alanna.
I'm not picky.
I said we. We are the clients.
I was like, I don't feel like I'm that picky. The houses that are available are just weird, and I can't fix them.
They're different. They're weird. It's a different market right now. You know, the things and climates are changing, but at the same time, you know, you're just like, you gotta just keep looking. So we're looking. But so that's a brief update on where the Mizells are.
Brief 15-minute update.
I mean, but you know, people want to hear that.
No,
and so
I know.
now
I know.
on our typical episodes, we dive into things that we are doing.
But,
so now
okay, wait, hold on. I do think, kind of looking back, that the whole transition to stay versus go really rocked me more than I thought it did.
Ooh.
Just like, because I do compartmentalize so significantly, that it really has taken me okay, what did I think Connecticut was going to bring? What has it not? What is it not? And since I'm staying and I'm not in a new house yet, what does that look like? And there's this level of trying to work on being content while still moving my feet that I'm severely struggling with. And I didn't realize it because I like change. I like constant change. That just like fuels my fire, drives my mom crazy. But, you know, moving around furniture, doing this, doing that. But right now, I'm not going to move around furniture in this house because we're hopefully going to be moving.
Yeah.
I'm not going to renovate this or that in this house because we're going to be moving. I'm not going to do all these different things because there's different goals in front of me. So there's a lot of in the middle. Catherine Garner, who's one of our good friends, she did a sermon, a couple years ago on being in the middle. You're not where you were. You're not where you're hoping to be, but you're in the middle. And so kind of like this limbo is harder for me than I would like to admit most days.
Well, I'm thriving because I'm a middle child, so I love the middle.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding.
Okay. Well, you're you
really shouldn't scratch your leg right now.
I know. I'm scratching around it. I have a
boo-boo that she's constantly scratching.
So itchy.
Well, don't do it.
I can't help it.
Oh,
it's
my goodness.
so itchy.
But yes, in the middle. That was a very good sermon, and it really spoke to, because a lot of times people get in the middle and they just panic. Sometimes they go back. Sometimes they forge ahead to something they probably shouldn't.
Right. The middle is not comfortable, though.
At all.
So, like, going back to what was comfortable is great. Right? Like, is great for some people. It's not good for me. But I like to forge ahead. And there's been a couple different opportunities with work that would have allowed me to forge ahead. And I can just see time and time again that God is like, I need for you to just be in the middle and learn how to be okay with this gray area that you don't know what's happening. And I don't like that. I like white and black, clearly. I don't like gray area in my life. I like clear solutions. And between this house hunting situation, just my need to create with my hands from a design standpoint, I haven't been able to do. And so everybody watch out for like fall time and Christmas, because it's just going to get out of control, because that's at least something that I can create with my hands.
This is true.
That's a fair warning. Everybody heard it.
Hey, but Joanne Fabrics is closed, so you have limited resources.
Oh, I can find it.
Oh.
Don't you worry.
Oh, Michael's.
Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, and I understand totally what you're saying. But I think also with you wanting to forge ahead, though, you have the mental capacity to know when and not to forge ahead. Because there are a lot of times in life with people who are not comfortable in the middle, they will run back to comfort, or they will bulldoze into the wrong opportunity or wrong something, and they look back and be like, I should have stayed in the middle just a little bit longer.
But I think the only reason that I have not done that is, I mean, I see my therapist every other week.
There you
That's
go.
number one.
She's great.
Very important.
Yes.
Number two is that our communication between Steven and I is we try to make it as strong as physically possible. So we know the parameters of a house that we've been looking for.
Yes.
And without those parameters, I think we would have said yes to a couple different houses that actually wouldn't have fit.
Yeah.
And they would have been us then needing to move in 3 to 5 years, if that, if not more.
Very true.
So there's that. And as far as from like a work perspective, I know for a fact God has had provision on that because he has intentionally closed doors that I thought were wide open for me to walk through. And he said no.
Yeah.
And since then has shown me why he said no. And it's in full protection.
But I think one thing you have to also speak to is that when you hear that no, it's okay to be in your feelings in that no, because sometimes people do not mourn or feel that no, they just kind of keep going. But I know each one that you thought was the one, it didn't happen, but you still can be sad about it not happening.
Well, you have to, because you have to grieve that.
Yes.
As soon as you think, you envision your life next step.
Yep.
Whether it be for work, with a child, with moving, you envision the life. So I've envisioned what I thought our life would look like in Connecticut. I envisioned what I thought the kids' new school would look like. I envisioned the other roles that were on the table, those kinds of things.
Yeah.
And you have to grieve that those memories that you had started to make or thought to make in your head are no longer going to happen.
Yeah. Yes.
Which I think that that's something that people miss significantly when you're talking about big life changes, like moving and not getting the house, like work. For sure, when it comes to infertility and things like that, every time you get a pregnancy test that says I'm not pregnant or a miscarriage, you have to grieve that step of thinking that you were.
Yes.
Every single time. And we actually have a podcast episode from way in the beginning, and it's something like what to do between your nose.
Yes, we do.
Way back.
Way back. Yep.
From 2020. It was one of our first handful of episodes. And so that's kind of what you're talking about here is what to do between your nose and your next yes.
And the thing about it is also, as we've grown as a couple, as, our careers and all the things, it would be fascinating to listen to that podcast and be like, what was I talking about? Or you're like, I still feel the same way because you've lived so much more since then. Yeah, we'll have to go back and listen.
I would bet money that it is going to be really rebuking.
Ooh.
Because I think when we recorded it, at the time in our life, we felt like we were 2 strides ahead. Which now we know we were not.
No.
But I think we were as whole people as we could have been at the time.
Yeah.
And knowing that I'm currently feeling very in limbo in the middle, I think I'm going to almost miss a portion of feeling like I'm able to step and stride ahead. It's never fun to do a podcast episode when you're in the middle. I know for almost fact, I can think back to when that was happening. Both of us really thought we were in the middle of a big yes. We really did.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we were feeling ourselves.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Hindsight, we should not have been feeling ourselves, but you don't know that until after it's passed.
This is true.
So I think there might be a sense of longing of feeling like we're stepping stride into the yes.
Yeah. Fascinating. I think, like I said, thinking about all this and just talking to you and talking through it, I think it's kind of remarkable to see where we've come, where we're now, and where we're, planning to go in the future. But I would definitely say this. Out of all the things that have transpired over the last month,
month or 4 months?
4 months. I guess, exactly. We've gone 4 months. Over the last 4 months, would you say confidently people have driven the decisions, the relationships, and the feeling of where we're supposed to be?
I think at first it was God's divine intervention.
Oh, yes. Amen. I would say
Hands
that.
down.
Yes.
And I think you and I did a great job at staying in tune with each other and staying communicating during that time. And thank you again for going to therapy every other week during that time. I think now it's more so affirming what we knew we needed to say and were surprised to stay with the people that have responded.
Yes. And I think something that I have been thoroughly surprised with is that you knew you had relationships with people and you enjoyed those. Mm-hmm. And when you're leaving, people are preparing you to leave and they get that. But when you say, there's that honeymoon phase of, oh my God, I'm so glad you're staying. And then like back to normal. I think we're out of that honeymoon phase, but it's amazing to see how many people have still continued to impact us and be a part of us. I know I have new text message threads that I hadn't previously had. I know you are having conversations and relationships with people that were there, but now there's a deeper bond. And I honestly felt that some of that would have died off because it's like, oh, the Mizells are here. They're good. They're staying. We're good now.
But I think that has to do with the intentionality of the Sunday we chose to stay. Gosh, that's a cute little title. That sounds like a book. Sounds like a rom-com book.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Anyway, but I think that has to do with that because both you and I have said, I think it's a relationship, right? We have that podcast about a relationship and it going both directions. But it's also...
You are really plugging our old episodes.
I mean, I'm just like, they are on. They're on it. How you can find them, I have no idea, but you can.
Yes.
That was just last year. 2 years ago.
2 years.
Gosh, we have too many
She
years.
just drops her episodes so much, guys.
I wish I knew what number it was so I could tell you.
I love that you're doing this.
But I also think that there's a portion of me that is grieving those that have not noticed that we're staying.
Ooh.
And so those that I was surprised...
Ooh.
didn't reach out before we left. Like we set up the softball saying, hey, we're leaving. Mm-hmm. You may never see us again. Mm-hmm. Like here it is. It's coming in. It's coach pitch.
Coming in slow.
You know,
like coming in slow.
I'm gonna set it up.
On the tee.
It's even on the tee.
It's on the tee.
It's on the tee.
Yes.
And then when we were going, they didn't take it. They didn't swing and hit it. So now I'm going to come back and I'm a coach pitch it. Mm-hmm. And it's coming in slow so that you can hit it. And they're still not swinging. Mm. So to me, there's also this sense of grief that has to come with that in relationships ending. And relationships ending are totally okay. But for me, it's hard because I like for everybody to be pleased with that I exist in this entire world because I'm a youngest and I'm a Taurus. Like, excuse me? Yeah. You don't want me to be here? Yeah. And everybody in Connecticut better be sad that I'm not moving. Yeah. Every single person.
Speaking of that, like let's dive into that a little bit. Right. You know, the reaction. So I think it's twofold. I think when I'm not going to say this is Alanna in high school, but when you see something with blinders or rose-colored glasses of this is how it's going to be.
Yeah.
This is how I remember it. And then you walk back into that high school, that house, whatever. You're like, what in the world was I thinking it was going to look like this? Did you have that kind of moment in like, I am moving back up north. All of my friends are going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Now, we never did it, so you don't know what it's going to be like. But I think you had some moments internally that were like, I don't know if these people or these places will be what I think they're going to be.
Yeah, I think rose-colored glasses is a great example. I think I do that a lot of times with people that I think I'm close with. Ooh, maybe not like a 1, 2, 3 level. That's another podcast of ours.
She's 3 for 3 now, guys. 3 for 3 on dropping our podcast. There you go.
That's an old one. But not a level 1, 2, or 3 relationship, but more so maybe were in the 1, 2, 3 levels back in the day.
Yeah.
And have fallen out. And so I do that a lot, kind of mourning the person that I was at that time or that relationship. And I think also because I've grown personally so much and you've grown personally so much, it's almost like I want you to know who I am now so that you can see who I am now, like who I really am.
Yes.
And when I jump back to different points, I can see glimpses of who I am now back then. Yeah. And those are kind of the components that I wish that some people could see. Mm-hmm. But what's interesting is Taylor Swift actually talked about how like people don't deserve it. Like that you're a prized possession.
Yeah.
And you're a commodity. I can't remember exactly what she said.
So you mourning friends like Blake Lively? No, not too soon. No, we won't go there. No.
I think the morning's over on that one.
This is true. Yes, but I see what you're saying though when she said like you're.
But so it's hard to mourn a relationship that you had because the memory is so good, but it's past. So in Brene Brown's book, Power of Vulnerability, you have to understand that on the other side of joy is sadness. And that's okay. Yeah. But to be truly joyful, you have to then miss it after. But you can never go back to that moment.
Yeah.
Which is sad.
And honestly, I'm sitting here listening to you, and the best description is Inside Out 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. I am watching that movie. Yes, you're right. I mean, totally.
They do a phenomenal job at articulating human emotion and in a therapeutic sense.
Yes.
And that's why every parent that's seen the second one cries like ridiculous because their kids are growing up, especially for us who have younger kids. Like, that's going to happen sooner rather than later. You're also mourning when you did that and like putting yourself back into that memory. And the thing is that those memories can both be so joyful and so sad and also just need to stay right where they were at 15, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Like, they can stay there.
Yeah.
And just because we're back in Memphis and staying in Memphis doesn't mean that the memories that I had when I was in college need to try to replicate themselves now just because we're still here. Like, there's a time and a place and a sadness and a joy that needs to move on. So that might mean muting some people on your Instagram because it might hurt too much to see things that you're not invited to.
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, why wasn't I?
Yeah.
But you have different friend groups now, and you have other things that you are invited to that they are not.
Yeah. And before we dive into this last topic to kind of wrap this up with a bow, yesterday was a prime example. We saw one of your sorority sisters that you haven't seen in probably 8 years plus.
Oh, long time.
Maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
And it was just like yesterday, and it was just a genuine compassion of, like, you impacted me, I impacted you, and just, it wasn't fake. It was just like, it was
so authentic.
It was authentic, yes. Yeah.
But also, it wasn't like now let's go to lunch, let's go to dinner, let's rebuild this relationship. No. It was like, when you impacted me and I impacted you, that time was beautiful, and I want to hold on to that, but it can stay right where it is.
Exactly.
And that was just, it was a very serene moment. I think over the last year, there's been moments that I've impacted you, you've impacted me, let's rebuild that relationship. And it's just like, maybe it just needs to stay where it was.
Yeah, and that's the thing that I think so many times we try to force things.
Yeah.
And you, like for instance, yesterday, you saw her, she saw you, great moment, she was nice to the kids. It wasn't like, hey, let me get your number, let's go catch up, let's be best friends again. It's like, hey, remember me next time you step in here, or just like, it was just authentic, and it wasn't like all of a sudden you want to now, because you ain't got time to go to lunch with somebody right now. I mean, you guess you could, but it's just like you try to force these things, and it's just like, just embrace that 30 minutes.
But I think it's like you just have to be okay with letting it go. And not, like, if Jesus had 3 close friends and 12 disciples total, one of which stabbed him in the back, then why do you need every friend you've ever had?
And always hang out with them and try to make
ever.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not possible.
No.
And it's okay to miss things because you're in a different spot in your life than you were when you were hanging out with all of them.
Yeah, I totally agree. So to wrap this up with a bow, we usually start the show with this.
That's
but it's
me
been
like coaching myself, actually.
Exactly. Go re-listen to this episode and the other episodes. Yeah. So we usually start our episodes like this. It's the first time tuning in. We're putting it on the back end. We like to talk about what we are reading, i.e. Alanna, because I podcast and listen and watch. I can read. I enjoy reading.
I can read.
But I just don't.
That was funny.
Yes. And so,
okay,
in 4 months, how many books have you read?
Oh, gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm on my 10th.
She's on her 10th book right now. Mm-hmm. And out of those books, which book did I introduce you to that you never heard about and you in love with it?
You just love it.
I love it. I love it.
Her name is Megan Quinn.
Shouts out to Megan Quinn.
Yes.
Because I knew she was in a lull. She had a book she had just finished. The next book was like, I'm not getting into it. So I went to a bookstore.
Well, I didn't read a book for a month.
Yeah.
Based off of my Goodreads app. So I read...
But the key is, guys, she was still reading, but the book just wasn't... Like, she has 3 or 4 books in the house.
It just wasn't
that just can't finish. It's just like, it's not doing anything for me. I like the quiet time of reading, Alanna says, but the book wasn't doing it for her.
Yeah.
So I went and found Megan, and
Megan Quinn done did it.
Then you've read how many since then?
Well, so there was 2 before that.
Okay.
We went with 2 that I knew. It's a love story by Annabelle. I'm going to butcher her last name. So you got that one for me because you saw it was new.
Yes.
And then you got me Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez.
Yeah, Abby Jimenez, yep.
So we got that one. Then it was 3 Megans in a row. So Till Summer Do Us Part, Bridesmaids for Hire, Bridesmaids Undercover. And then I read... Wow, I read those fast. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches was in between, and then I read another Megan Quinn.
Yes.
So, like, I read the last Megan Quinn in under a day. That's when I was like, wow, I read that fast. The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches I read in 4 days, so that wasn't that fast. And then I read Something Borrowed, Something You, which was adorable. It wasn't Megan. Then I just finished Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry.
That's her newest release, right?
Her newest release, and is actually my favorite of her books that she's written.
Nice.
It's not her typical.
Okay.
And now I'm currently reading a book by StacySims, Dr.StacySims, called Roar. Dr.StacySims. She's I don't know what kind of doctor she is, but she has studied the women's psychology and physiology to adapt and perform, and one of her biggest slogans is "We are not small men." So I'm zooming through it, surprisingly, because typically when it's like not a rom-com, it takes me a little while. I like her writing style, and I'm learning a ton, but there are parts of it that I'm like, I already knew that. Let's keep on moving.
Yeah.
But to be had. And then there's another book that I'm about to pick up from the library, so I'll update you guys on that one after.
Yes, you will. And again, we are glad to be back. So, what are you watching?
Oh, I finished the Buccaneers.
You finished the Buccaneers.
And that was phenomenal.
You also finished that old school MTV show.
Younger.
You watched that? Stumbled upon that one?
It was so good.
Yes.
It was cutesy. It was very much like, not Gilmore Girls, but like you could watch it and not have to think too hard, which is kind of what I needed around then. Mm-hmm. And so, I watched all of Younger. I watched
the Buccaneers. You started watching Scandal again.
I did.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Scandal's out there.
I've already seen it.
As a family, we finished Court of Gold, which was
so good.
Shouts out to Barack and Michelle for producing that.
Right, thank you so much.
It was
warning, there is some language, so just heads up.
There's some language,
but
it's really good. Good
it's
stories,
phenomenal.
Really
it's
good,
really good.
And
now we're watching Young Sheldon, which is fantastic and making me want to watch.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, which I've never seen. I've seen like episodes, but not beginning to end.
And we were watching Full House, but our kids have cold turkey stopped Full House and love some Young Sheldon.
Yeah,
like, that is their thing.
Now Briggs is getting sick of a little Young Sheldon, and I'm like, bring it on back because I'm loving Young Sheldon.
I'm loving it, and I'm
and we're on the last season of Full House.
You were,
and they just stopped.
They just stopped watching.
Like,
they're watching Young Sheldon. They have enjoyed it. They're watching it. Lastly, what are you listening to?
Not a lot lately. I feel like I've been listening just to like the Hot Country playlist on Apple Music. Not a ton.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You've been listening to like Hertz music as you work to kind of keep you zoned in?
I was actually listening to the Holiday soundtrack.
Oh.
You know the movie The Holiday? It's my favorite movie.
Favorite movie ever.
I've listened to Harry Potter soundtrack, which we did rewatch every Harry Potter.
We did watch all the Harry Potters.
That did. Oh, they're just so good.
Love Harry Potter.
They're so good. I can watch it 1,000 times. And then, or like the Bridgerton soundtracks.
Yeah.
So essentially, no words.
No words. Just jamming out.
Yeah. Okay. What about you?
I listened to Lil Wayne's album.
Oh yeah.
I've been listening to that. But that's about it. Like, since the last time, Apple did drop their top streamed songs.
Yeah.
Since Apple Music started.
We listened to that on the way to
Orlando. And that's just a playlist that I have that's, I don't think I'll ever get through it, but it's really good.
We were so surprised at how many TikTok songs were on there.
A lot of them, because yeah.
And we were like, why is this old song coming back? And I was like, Steven, that was a TikTok viral. And he was like, ugh.
There you go.
But makes sense. Makes sense.
Well, guys, we are glad to be back. Gave you a nice little update of the Mizells.
It was a long update.
We do plan to be a little bit more consistent.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. And we'll keep you guys updated if we ever find a house in Memphis.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
As an agent.
Realtor, get it together.
A realtor needs to get it together. Yeah. All right.
Or somebody list your house.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
So if you guys are enjoying this, definitely leave us a review. Give us the feedback. If there's something you guys want us to talk about, reach out to us on our website at themizellshow.com. There is a contact section. You can put it in there. We would love to hear about it. Or you can always go over to Instagram at The Mizell Show. Also, as always, don't forget to screenshot this episode and just add it to your stories and tag us on Instagram, on Facebook at The Mizell Show. Thanks, guys. Are you loving The Mizell Show? Well, we love you all. And did you know that you can have me and Steven talk to your team or a group of 25 of your friends? All it takes is 25 people showing up on either a Zoom call, a Facebook Live, or really anywhere. Hopefully in person sooner rather than later. But how do you get us? So all you have to do is email themizellshow@gmail.com, or you can direct message us on Instagram at The Mizell Show.